It really is more important than ever for companies to, when thinking about their employer brand, focus as much on the kind of candidates that they want to repel as the ones that they want to attract. A few dynamics are at play, and there's a few reasons why I said that. So the tweets that you see on screen right now are from a startup. I think it's a very early stage startup. Just got $7 million in capital from Kleiner Perkins, and I found this on Twitter, and it's just a great example of being honest about who you are as an employer, making that front and center so that you don't waste your own resources and time, whether it's talent acquisition or HR, finding people or sifting through applications that just don't make much sense. So you'll see on screen here that the Oven, it says that they're hiring engineers. Oven is going to be a grind, especially in the first 9 months or so. If work-life balance to you means a lot of time spent not working, it's probably not a good fit right now. I think that's a great way to lead off an employer brand statement, just because of its honesty. I mean, the news, I'm sure when it comes out that here's a company that's picked up millions of dollars in funding, is a startup, you can kind of already picture the kinds of people that are gonna want to go hire there, want to go work there. Sorry, and Oven just makes very clear that, look, if you're not willing to work incredibly hard, or if you're thinking of work-life balance as not working, then don't bother applying. Don't bother coming. We've seen at Daggerfinn, and we look at employer brands not only with our own clients, but with just kind of looking at the employer brand landscape, and we see a lot of companies, especially over the last 2 years, which is understandable, really lean into making themselves look like great places to work without thinking of the long-term ramifications of that. So, we all are aware of the labor shortage. We're all aware of how difficult it was to attract talent to your organization. So, companies have spent a lot of money and a lot of resources, bringing better benefits to the market, bringing better perks to the market, making sure that work-life balance is front and center. On their social medias, you'll often see companies that used to, historically were places that you thought, okay, well, everybody must work 60, 70, 80 hours. They're now their feeds are full of people on vacation. And I know James makes a funny quip, but work-life balance has just become just this kind of, when you look at a company and you try and find, okay, what is it like? What is it going to be to work here? It just seems like, when does the work happen? And this is a good kind of topic to follow up a video that I made a couple of days ago, around a video that's circulating about an employee at a large cap tech company, and whose video is going viral on TikTok, and it's just this a day in the life, and very little work gets done. And so I think just as thinking about employer brands, now is a really good time if you're in if you're hiring, or if you're in the space of thinking about talent acquisition, or retention, to just be very clear to the market, I think, about what is it like to work there. If your company is the kind of place that the expectation is 50, 60 hours of work, then let it be known. And I think that's a better way of attracting the kind of people to your organization that will have longer tenure in over a long enough time period. Turnover will probably fall because you're being upfront to the market what it is to work at your organization. There are so many kinds of workers out there. So many, everybody's got a different priority. You see it with your own internal teams. People that want certain things, want to go back into the office if you're remote, want to be remote if you're fully back into the office. Everybody has different preferences, and being very clear about the kind of environment that you're presenting to the market as an employer. Being very clear about the expectations that you have of workers, I think, is a great way to just waste less time. Yes, it might take a little bit longer to build the candidate funnel. It might take a little bit longer to build up your pipeline, but less resources are wasted up front trying to sift through candidates that just would not be a fit. And then less resources are wasted, on the medium to long term, when you're not dealing with as much turnover, when retention is less at the top of mind than it is, if you've kind of just mass hired against what is a false promise to the marketplace. So just a good example of employer branding being, it's important to repel as well as attract. And I really do feel like now is as good a time as ever. Just thinking about the dynamics of the last 2.5 years, to be really honest about your employer brand, what you're presenting to the market, because there will be people, regardless of the organization that you are, that will want to work at a place like yours. So the confidence to do that, I think, is necessary right now.